Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this edition of TCS News. I'm Joshua.
And I'm Jayla.
Now, let's get right into the news. Now, we all know what COVID is, and we have been going through this for more than a year. We are finally getting closer and closer to the finish line, but in order to put COVID 19 to sleep, in order to take these masks off and get back to normal, we have to face our fears, which are the vaccines. Now, I know what you all are probably wondering. What if it gives me COVID? What if it deforms my face? What if it messes up my body? Or what if it kills me? Well, first, 3 out of 4 of the things I just said are BS. None of the vaccines are harmful at all. Pfizer and Moderna don't even give you a drop of COVID. Now, Johnson & Johnson do give you the virus, but it isn't harmful at all. All of these vaccines are helping your cells produce antibodies to allow your body to fight against the virus.
But the original vaccines inserted the virus in us. So what is so special about these new vaccines?
Well, the thing that's special about this vaccine is that it's an mRNA vaccine. We know RNA is a copy of DNA. So basically, this new vaccine is an exact copy of the virus itself. So back then, if someone caught a virus, they had to insert the actual DNA from the virus inside of us so the cells in our body can produce antibodies to fight the virus. This is the old way. Now we have the mRNA vaccine, which gives us a copy of the virus, not the actual thing. So our body is learning to fight COVID 19 through this copy of DNA. The, the reason this virus is deadly is because our body never came across anything like it. So our body has to learn how to fight it. Well, now we have a vaccine that can manipulate the cells in our bodies to produce antibodies that are able to fight off COVID. And it does not insert the actual virus in our body. It is a copy of it. The only reason you might feel a little sick is because that is your body learning how to fight against the virus. When you feel sick, it's not the virus itself, it's your immune system working to fight off the virus. One of the most important reasons why I can't stress vaccinations enough is the new variants. If we don't all get vaccinated in time, the COVID virus will continue to spread, mutate, and then the current vaccines that we have will not be able to fight against the new variants. So it is very important for us to get this vaccine.
Now you may be wondering, how effective are the vaccines and where can I get one? Well, Pfizer's vaccine is said to be 95% effective, but the vaccine is only 94% effective once the second shot has been taken. If you only get the first dose of the Pfizer's vaccine, it is only 62% effective. The Moderna vaccine is also said to be 94.1% effective. The Johnson & Johnson vaccine has an efficiency rate of 66% in preventing moderate to severe vaccines. Johnson & Johnson right now is planning on being used for emergency use. Now, where can you get the vaccines? You can get the vaccine at Walmart, Walgreens, Target, Kroger, hospital, clinics, doctor's office, health departments, assisted living faculties, school gyms, and NFL stadiums. If you live near any of these places listed, then you are most likely able to get the vaccine.
So we really need to get these vaccines in order to protect each other from the virus and to get back to normal. 16 and older will be eligible April 27th, and I'm getting mine. So you can get yours too. Now let's get into some TCS news.
Last Friday, the school had a writing class. The topic was based on danger, a time where you may have felt danger but didn't know it. This ties into the movie we watched called Girl Rising. This movie talked about girls from different backgrounds and countries and what they went through dealing with sexual abuse. Girls such as Suma, Yasmin, Asmira, and Amina were some of the victims that were raped or enslaved. However, through these hard times, none of the girls gave up hope and continued to push through the horrible events that they went through. Some stories did not include sexual abuse. For example, Watley, who is a 7-year-old girl from Haiti, loves school. An earthquake destroys her home and school, which means that Watley didn't have enough money to go back to school. But this didn't stop her from trying. This movie is very powerful, and it really gave me a very good idea on what goes on in other places. I really enjoyed watching this movie.
I really liked the movie too, and it really informed me on things that I did not know before. For example, did y'all know that every 4 minutes, 3 girls around the world catch HIV? Or how about the number one death for girls is childbirth? Now, all of these statistics really devastated me to the point I didn't even want to watch the rest of the movie. But there was hope when you saw how each and every one of those girls overcame their struggles. They didn't let anything stop them from making a change. They showed strength, they showed encouragement, and mostly they showed perseverance, even through the hard times they were in. So on Tuesday, we had a shadow day. This week we had a shadow student named named Masho coming from Mother Seton Academy. So Masho sat in some of our classes and it really felt like she was interested in the school. She spoke up so many times in each of the classes she attended, and everything she said really was helping the classes move forward. Thank you for coming to shadow the school, Masho. We really appreciate you coming in, and we hope to see you next year.
Thank you for coming to the school, Michelle. It was nice to meet and talk with you. I hope to see you again next year. On Tuesday, we had a conversation with Joe Maynock from the Abel Foundation. He came in to have a conversation with us. Joe was a former teacher in the public schools. Mr. Joe asked us lots of questions to better know us and the school. Throughout the conversation, Mr. Joe was very interested in what we had to say, and we were more interested in what he had to say. We also learned about Mr. Joe's wife, who is a teacher. Thank you, Mr. Joe, for taking the time to have a conversation with us. I really enjoyed talking with you and learning more about the Abel Foundation. I hope to have another conversation with you again.
We really appreciate you for coming in, Mr. Joe, and having that nice conversation with you. So now we would like to thank the amazing people who brought in lunches for us. So on Thursday, Miss Christina, Manuel's mom, brought in the amazing Peru dish in for us. We really appreciate you, Miss Christina, and everything you do for the school. You are always bringing in those delicious Peruvian lunches, and we really enjoy them.
On Monday, my sponsor, Miss Sam, and her son brought in spaghetti and homemade meatballs for lunch. Miss Sam, I really appreciate your amazing lunch and for mentoring me, which totally changed my life for the better. Thank you for all the time and support you put towards me and the school.
Then finally, we would like to thank a very special woman. She is a Hall of Famer in the TCS community. This woman drives 2 hours to get here to fill our bellies, and she also helps Mr. Tom around the school. And then drives 2 hours back. That's 4 hours of driving just to support us. Miss Peg brought in her amazing casserole, tater tots, fruits, and she gave us some treats for Easter. You are so amazing, Miss Peg, and we really appreciate your love and support.
Again, we just want to thank all of the people who provided lunches for us, and we love and appreciate you all. Before we end this broadcast, we have a quick announcement. The community school will be on spring break.
Yes, sir.
But you can still watch the broadcast on YouTube. We will see you after the break. Happy spring break.
Well, that's it for our TCS News. I hope you enjoyed watching us. Let's all work together and getting these vaccines. And I hope you have an amazing spring break. See you next week.